The setup at that time, the Tussauds Studios were beginning to develop down in London, and they would provide concepts for us to work to.
I was a theatre designer, so designing sets and costumes for theatres up and down the country. Suddenly found that there were no theatres up and down the country because Thatcherite Britain had come along and taken away all the theatre money there was. So I sort of was looking around for work, and I saw a job advertised and just went along. It was not my world. I was never into theme parks, and I was never into roller coasters. In fact, I avoid them like the plague. So I was never a theme park person, and I did go up there, and I was like, Alton Towers was very strange because you've got that whole garden bit to it, and of course Alton itself is a very, very small place, and then you've got this very surreal theme park smack bang in the middle of nowhere.
I believe that when I first arrived, it had only just been taken over by Tussauds. I think it was quite new Tussauds. It was very primitive, it was quite quaint, it was quite cute. I liked working there.
And at the time, the theming was okay, it was all right, but it really wasn't. They really hadn't got into that. So and there were some themed rides, but mainly for children.
John's initial idea was, we'll start off saying it's like Quatermass in the pit, and we'll just go. In fact, I think the very first videos that they made saying what was coming at Alton Towers were quoting something like Quater. You look them out, and so something sinister, has been found down below the ground.
Alton Towers, of course, has a limit on how high you can build, so you can't go above the tree level, really. So they had to dig a hole. And if you dig a hole, then you've got a story. What do you find? This is the original letter from John Wardley. So the letter basically outlines what he wanted, which is if we discover something, it's horrific, but it's also got a cult around it. These people worship whatever it is. What is it? And the great thing was that once I'd been part of the project, pretty much left to my devices, really.
It was something that we were able to take hold of his concepts and everybody's ideas and put them together and create what's there on the landscape now.
And luckily I kind of liked sci-fi and B-movies and that whole kind of nerd world, so for me it wasn't a sort of push, really. Beneath the ground on towers, something horrible exists. This legend has perpetuated over the centuries when massive rumbling noises have been heard. A movement has been felt as if some huge creature is writhing around underground. The idea was supposed to be Neolithic, supposed to be worshipped by a cult in the past as well.
And what better way of having that, but big standing stones, because they have a power. I'd actually been to Brittany and seen the Alinement Karnak, those big stones that nobody knows what they're doing exactly, but you can easily imagine that they're taking you to a site of great historical or religious importance, and so there they are. Some of them we've still got the cuts on. Some of them came out, looking absolutely fantastic. Got pictures there of the hole being dug and the Thunderlooper being used, alongside each other. The guests were allowed up to a certain point so they could sort of see what was going on in the pit down the Standing Stone Avenue.
Like most design in life is kind of setting parameters which you don't have to try and break out of. And the constraint is what makes it interesting. Always my feeling that the building should be a creature.
You can see there the waterfalls coming down.
The art workshop team painted the whole track. I mean, you've seen the video on Nemesis. It's absolutely legendary. Of John in his very tight t-shirt, the yellow helmet, jumping around the site, talking